Hello yogis, welcome to my channel. I am Venus, and today I'm going to bring you through a deep stretch yoga sequence. Remember, always in yoga you want to concentrate on keeping your breath throughout your moves. That will help you with all of your poses. And always remember, if you have pain at all, please stop. Yoga isn't about pain. This is going to be more of an intermediate level. If beginners would like to try, go ahead and try. Otherwise, use modifications, and I may suggest some modifications that you can use also. Keep, of course, your props handy, whether you're using blocks, pillows, a strap. Just keep them handy for if you need them. We're going to start off today taking some breaths. I'm going to come to the side here. We're going to start on a toe squat. Curling the toes under. Just to feel the bottom of your feet, get some really deep stretch there. Just kind of get comfy on your toes. And then raise your hands up. And bring them back behind the head to feel the stretch on the underneath of your arms, the back of your arms. And then tip your head back into a small back bend. Breathing in your nose, out your mouth, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel the breath all the way to the bottom of your stomach. And then bring the hands back in front of you at your heart. Press them together for a couple seconds. Really pressing the palms together. Feel a little shake on the arms, that's okay. Breathe in and breathe out. And let's come on down. We're going to come into a child's pose. You can keep your knees together or apart. If you have your knees apart, you want your big toes together, stretching your hands out in front of you. Don't put your head on the mat. Don't put your elbows on the mat. Tipping the chin under, hips back. And breathe. Keeping that nice, strong foundation in the lower back. Pressing back through the hips. Just letting gravity kind of sink your armpits down a little closer to the mat. Gently walk your hands back up. And we're going to come into our hero pose. You're going to bring your knees together, your feet out, but keeping the heels next to you. Sitting up really tall through the spine. Shoulders roll up and back, almost as if you're feeling a pencil between your shoulder blades. Chin up. Take a few breaths here. As you're bringing your shoulders back, make sure they're down away from the ear. If you're unable to do the hero pose, go ahead and sit in your easy pose if you would like. Now bring your hands back behind you. And we're going to come up into an arch. Rolling the shoulders back. And then come back down slowly. You'll bring one foot out in front of you, and the other foot stays in your half hero pose, and we're going to fold on down. Go down as far as you can without pain. You'll feel a nice stretch in the back of your calf and your hamstrings. And then walk the hands back up. And we'll switch legs. Go ahead and come into that little arch again. Raise up, shoulders come back. Not here for that long, just to switch legs. Bring in that heel beside you, beside your hip, and then fold on down. Pressing through the heel. Really feeling a nice deep stretch through the hamstrings, the calves. Relaxing through the shoulders and hanging the head loose. And then walking the hands back up. Bring that foot back around. You're welcome to come up onto your tabletop. Press up into your cat. Curl the toes under, and you'll come into our first downward dog. Walk your hands out a little bit if you need to, pressing back through the chest. Curling the tailbone under. You don't have to necessarily have your feet flat on the floor, your heels. You can have them up, maybe just standing on your toes. Let's rock the hips side to side. Feel a nice stretch in the hips. From here, we're going to take a reverse pigeon. Let's go ahead and lift your right foot up. Open up the hip a little bit first. And then bring your leg through. Cross your ankle over your knee. You're welcome to hang out here or gently come down, almost like if you're going into child's pose. And rest back. Walking your hands forward if you need to. Always readjust anytime. Breathing in and out through your nose, or your nose in your mouth. Keeping the hips lined up. And gently come on back up. And bring yourself back into your downward facing dog. You're welcome to take a flow here into your plank, your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back into your downward facing dog. Otherwise, you can just hang out in your downward facing dog, pedaling out through the legs. Let's bring that left foot up, open up through the hip, and then bring it through, resting that heel on your knee. You're welcome to stay here or bring it down, bring your knee down. Keeping the leg and the ankle up off the floor, walk forward as if coming into child's pose and readjusting if you need to, pressing through the armpits. Pressing through the hips, press the hips back, curling through the toes. Keeping the hips as level as you can with the mat. And then slowly walking your hands back up. And you're going to come into your downward facing dog. Press back through the chest. Drop the head. Shake it loose. Maybe rock side to side again. Whatever feels good. Whatever your body is telling you to do. And then come on down. You're also welcome to take a vinyasa here or just stay in your downward facing dog. Into your plank, chaturanga, up dog, back into our downward facing dog. And then come on back down. Arms come all the way down. We're going to come into our Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, you want to press your pubic bone down into the mat. Top of the feet press into the mat. And shoulders roll back. You're welcome to drop your head here. Tuck the chin. Getting that nice deep stretch on the back of your neck. And back, and let's come back into our tabletop. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Let's bring them out a little bit and come up into our downward facing dog. You're welcome to take a vinyasa here or just hang out in your downward facing dog, pressing your chest back, pedaling out through your feet, whatever you'd like to do. Or come into your flow of plank, down into your chaturanga, into your up dog, back into your downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and lift your right leg up. We're going to come into a reclined pigeon. So you're going to bring your knee through and put it behind the wrist of that same side. Slowly sinking back through your hips, keeping them level with the mat. Bring one hand on your foot and one hand on your knee. We're going to take a nice back bend here. You can also bring your hands in front of you in your prayer position. Again, or just staying up in an arch. Either way is good, wherever you feel the most comfortable. Every day is going to be different. Now let's gently walk our hands down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Let's take 5 breaths here. Really keeping the hips level with the mat. Pressing down on the top of the back foot. Relaxing through your shoulders. And then gently come on back up. Bring the foot back through into your tabletop. And then up into your downward facing dog. Decide if you want to take a flow here or just hang out in your downward facing dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog, and we'll do the same sequence. On the opposite side, lifting that left foot up. Knee comes behind the wrist of the left hand, and you're slowly sliding that leg back, keeping the hips level with the mat. Walk up into your arch. Or if you'd like to place your hands in prayer position here, by your heart. And then bring your hands in front of you and rest your forehead down. Breathing. Relaxing the shoulders. Press through the top of the foot that's back. And then work your way up into your child's pose. This time, keep your big toes together. Keep your knees together on this one too. Stretching the hands out in front of you. Elbow creases shining forward, palms facing up. Pressing back through the hips. If it's easier for you, you can grab onto the edge of your mat to help press back through your hips. And breathe. To the bottom of your stomach, your upper stomach, and your chest. Really pressing back through the hips to take any pressure off the lower back. And then go ahead and walk your hands up. Coming back to where we started, curl the toes under. And breathe. Go ahead and do a seated cat here. Round through the back, the shoulders, opening the shoulder blades. Bring your hands down to the side. Come to rest in any way you would like. Deepest breath in that you've taken all day. And release, relaxing through the shoulders. It's always good to do a warm-up before you start any yoga or exercise, and always good to do a cool down after you're through. If you have time to stay on the mat longer, please do. Maybe lay in your final resting pose and do some breathing or meditation. I want to thank you again for joining me. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will look forward to seeing you on the mat real soon, maybe even tomorrow. Thank you again so much. Have a beautiful day. Let's close with the chant of Om one time. Hands together in prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs up to your third eye. Inhale really deep. Om. Thank you.